I'm actually gonna go get this cleaned up right now. It's one of the reasons why I am leaving. Fuck Jiffy Lube. Okay, I'm just gonna start off by saying that. So, besides all that, I go to Jiffy Lube. I need my other bulb replaced. So I go there. Guy tells me right away, 150 again, because he remembers me. So I go there, and they have the light already, or the bulb, I should say, there in stock already. So I'm sitting there, minding my business, waiting for the bulb to be installed. And about an hour goes by, they finally call me to come up. So I go up, and I'm talking to the guy face to face, and the computer's right to our left, so I can see his screen. So as he's typing, doing everything he's doing, I look at the screen and I notice it says $245. That's on the computer. That's the price. And I didn't say anything yet, so I'm just listening to him talk or whatever. And then he tells me, so after taxes, everything, installation of the bulb, it's going to be $245 and whatever change or whatever. So I'm like, okay. So I look at him and I say, the last time I was here, you guys charged me $140. After taxes, it was like $150 something. And then right when I pulled up just now, the other guy that I was just talking to told me it was going to be the same price again. So why is it almost $100 more? So the first guy's response is, oh, our prices went up in the last couple of months. Be in mind, I got my bulb installed like right at the beginning of 2025 or the end of 2024, I guess you could say. But he was referring to oil though. I don't go to Jiffy Lube for oil changes. I don't do that. So I was like, sure, okay, whatever. I let it slide. I didn't talk about it. So then I'm like, okay. So when I got here though, they also told me 150 again. So what's your excuse for that? He goes, oh, give me a minute. He goes to get his manager. When he gets the manager comes out, and look, check this out. This is what threw me off too. The manager comes out and he's like, yeah, so what's the problem? I said, well, the first time I was here a few months ago, you guys charged me $150. I'm here again to get the other bulb installed, and you guys told me $150 again when I pulled up. And he goes, oh, it was a misunderstanding. And I'm like, a misunderstanding twice? And he's like, yeah, there was a misunderstanding the first time, and then that's not the price it's going to be for this time. So I'm like, okay, so, I'm just playing along with it. I'm like, okay, so if that's not the price, why did you guys tell me that? And they're like, oh, it was a misunderstanding. So I'm like, oh, okay, I understand you're telling me that. Which one? It's not my fault if it's a misunderstanding. But I need something else than you just telling me it's a misunderstanding. You guys told me the wrong information twice is what you're saying, and you're agreeing with me, so how am I in the wrong? But the only response this guy has is, yeah, just agreeing with me, just saying yeah. So at that point, I'm already starting to get a little mad. But I told myself I'm not paying that price. He's like, oh, I can drop the price down. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, I'll drop it down to 220. And I'm like, no. You guys told me 150 when I got here, and you guys charged me 150 for the same work you just did a few months ago. They're like, oh, I'll drop it down to 200. I'm like, this is not like a bid or a negotiation here. This is not what we're doing here. You told me a price. That's what I want. So he's like, oh, well, there's also the hourly installation thing or whatever. I'm like, okay, like I don't care what that is. I'm going off of what you guys told me. So what's the problem here? Only excuse is it's a misunderstanding. Now me, by that time, I was already getting furious, and I was really, really, really close to just to undo the work that you did. But over here, sometimes cops can be real strict, and if they see you without a bulb, you can get a ticket, and that's just more money. So I was already there for hours, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I was like, okay, I paid $200, which I really should not have. I paid $200. Bulb is still good, as you guys saw. It hasn't gone out. Everything's working fine. The funny part that gets me, and this is what bothers me, I get there, or not get there, I'm sorry. I leave, and then I go to my parents' house, because I see my parents on the weekends. I get there, and then, I tell my mother to follow the story, and they're laughing a little bit, and they're also getting frustrated. So my mother decides to call Jiffy Lube, which is made me laugh. But she calls Jiffy Lube, and, they're on speaker, and they're just talking back and forth. Me, I'm just sitting there having a drink, listening. It's funny, in a way. So after that, I hear him say on the phone, we charged him $150. We gave him this is what he's telling us on the phone when he's saying him as in me. He says, we gave him a discount and charged him $150 because he did not have enough cash to pay for it. Two things that are completely false with that, okay? One, I never, ever, ever carry cash. I don't like carrying cash around. One, for safety reasons, and second, I just don't like doing it. And the other reason is, if I'm going to get something installed on my car, why would I not have the money for it? So after I heard that, I was just like, that threw me for a loop, because one, you know, as a business, I guess you can call them, they're lying on my name saying that. But to end it all, the best thing was that as I was coming home that night, I got an email talking about do a review and how was your service there and all that. So me, maybe we've done this maybe once or twice in my life, but this time I left them a little nice review explaining what they did. So personal experience, stay away from Jiffy Lube. That's just my opinion. I never go there for oil changes, at least not for my car. And the fact that, you know, they're lying on my name and saying this other stuff, that's just completely BS. But yeah, personal opinion, stay away from Jiffy Lube. But, you know, I know they're cheap. You guys do whatever you want with your cars. Again, I'm just making this video to tell you guys a little funny story that happened to me over the weekend. I did end up going to the doctor as well too. I had a really, really bad earache, so I had to get that taken care of. I haven't really had time to do anything that I've been wanting to do, but I do plan on still getting stuff for the Camaro, and I've almost come up with a name for my car too. A lot of people might say that's cringe or whatever, but I think it's cool to give, you know, your prized possession a name. But that's just me. So hopefully you guys, you know, stuck around to hear this. Again, maybe you guys might get a laugh at it. Maybe you guys might also say that's BS, but it was pretty funny, and there was a lot of drama involved in that. But stay tuned for the next video, guys. Thank you guys for watching this one. Leave a like if you can and a comment. I always read them if I have any. So stay safe. Until next time.